The Washington Post gave their final 2 cents on Combat Craig after his passing, which is a little weird to begin with, and it's been reported by them that he likes meth, which is crazy. But let's go ahead and dive into an entire section of an article that is geared to paint veterans as gaming the system when it comes to VA disability compensation. And sadly enough, the Washington Post highlighted Combat Craig, who had a tragic loss. And it was a hurt to the veteran community as a whole. But let's go ahead and dive into this. It is so weird to me that they are highlighting Combat Craig when he just recently passed away. Very sad, very tragic. No mention of his death so far. Very, what would I like, classless, you know? Some unaccredited firms are large, sophisticated businesses that employ dozens of staff members and refer veterans to affiliated medical advisors. That's a red flag right there. This is a red flag when it's accompanied with claim companies, okay? Others are smaller operations with flamboyant presences on TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube. I actually love this word choice here because I understand what they're referring to. I don't want to call any other people out. I've done that a lot. But there's someone on TikTok specifically that uses derogatory language, he curses a lot, his chest hair is always out, and he makes the dumbest ads on TikTok for VA claims. And so that, I think there's an argument there against personas like that. Anyways, there's VA Claims Academy, whose dapper cravat-wearing founder, that's dude, I want to do a stream with VA Claims Academy, actually. So if anyone knows Jordan Anderson or you watch his channel, can you comment on his channel and say, hey, do a live stream with the CivDiv? He said he wants you on. I would appreciate it. I'll reach out to him myself too. This is funny. Okay, that's a compliment. That's a backhanded compliment. But hey, he's got some style. All right, it's not my thing personally. I like to just be myself. Obviously, I wear a backwards hat, right? But that's hilarious, man. Advertises a 3-step VA claim formula that gets auto-approved on YouTube. In one video from 8 months ago, he calls PTSD the easy button of VA claims, explaining that even if you're decades removed from the stressor event, even if you have no records at all, even if you have no proof, it's easily turned into a winning claim. So the part one, I would have to look at that video because I don't want to hate on him. But that's not true at all. Okay, the stressor event must be verified, not optional. Must be verified. Period. There's no way around it. Okay. PTSD claims are easier than most if the stressor can be verified and if the veteran has a current chronic diagnosis for PTSD that, oh, by the way, must be confirmed by the VA. Okay, so on one hand, PTSD claims are easy because of the in-service stressor, assuming it's real. It's not real. It's verifiable. On the other hand, PTSD is more difficult because there are all these additional burden of proofs outside of at least as likely as not, right? The stressor has to be verified. Must be verified. The diagnosis, you need to have a diagnosis, and then it needs to be confirmed by the VBA. And so I wouldn't use that language specifically. The company did not respond to requests for comment. There's VA Claims Insider with more than 155,000 subs on YouTube, whose founder, Air Force veteran Brian Reese, promotes 3 ways to get VA disability for obesity and how to crush your VA CMP exam for PTSD. It's so weird that the disability they've chosen to highlight is PTSD, because of all the disabilities, this is not the one for this typical the tone of this article. It's not PTSD. Yeah, I would have chosen tinnitus. Migraines would have at least been in there, although that is verifiable. I wouldn't have chosen PTSD, right? And all you have to do is just go back to the M21 TAC one here that I showed earlier, all right? And just look up this. This is why. Long story short. And by the way, that took me like 5 seconds to get to. So I think the Washington Post could have done a little bit more. His website also dispenses tips on obtaining payments for other disabilities. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to say that, it's VA Claims Insider has like everything from videos to blog. So the Post analyzed more than 3,400 videos on TikTok and YouTube posted by major veteran claim influencers. One of the most common words featured on the videos is 100, a reference to the sought-after maximum disability rating. I understand what they're saying, but it's not the maximum disability rating. It's showed up more than VA claims, VA disability diagnosis, and compensation. All right, look at them doing a little search engine optimization there. Tactics to game the system are passed around on social media. No. Well, I guess there is an argument. That's not what we preach. We're definitely a evidence wins claims, and so you need to get evidence. Your word means nothing. But there are definitely others out there who do that. Okay, especially on this platform. A subreddit called Veterans Benefits has more than 200,000 active visitors each week and features a weekly thread of success stories. U.S. Veterans Network, an affiliated server on the social platform Discord, hosts more than 5,500 members who share strategies to boost their ratings. My 10% plantar fasciitis was changed to plantar spinatus, 50%, and it puts me at 100% P&T. So excited. How is this related to fraud? A user in June who wrote about his claim for flat feet. How is this? I don't know. Combat Craig posted his first video on YouTube in 2019 and rapidly built a following with his folksy, tough love persona. That's a good way to put it. That emphasized a mistrust of government authority. I tell you what, at a minimum, they watched enough of his videos to come up with that assessment, which that's pretty spot on. And they didn't mention that he passed away. And so now I'm curious if they knew and they didn't mention it. It's just weird, like the dude is dead. I'm not accredited with the VA, or I couldn't be giving out the info I give you as they muzzle me, he says in text accompanying some of his videos. I mean, that's him. Unlike larger businesses that entice veterans with comprehensive offers to help them prepare claims, Combat Craig dispenses advice on how to do it yourself with minimal assistance. He also charges less for services, $189 for claims coaching for those on active duty, and $599 to $999 for a letter from a medical expert establishing ailments. What? Also, I want to note, I don't want to go back up because I don't want to lose my spots, but remember how at the very beginning they talked about Combat Craig and then immediately started talking about charging $20,000 and all this other baloney stuff, right? So they know that he doesn't do that, but they chose to make that word choice in the beginning of the article. It was a conscious decision, which is even worse, by the way. Yet, like others online, Combat Craig isn't all that he seems. Okay. I am pretty sure this is going to get pretty bad here. Here we go. For starters, his real name was Louis Bauer, originally from Southern California. Bauer worked odd jobs as a blogger and as a writer for skateboarding magazines before he improperly discovered his niche as a disability expert on YouTube, according to people who knew him. His moniker obscured another, more embarrassing truth for someone in his line of work and abbreviated less than stellar military career. Records show the Air Force kicked him out after 3 years following a string of reprimands and other disciplinary infractions. Bauer enlisted as a 20-year-old in 88. Though he described himself as a Desert Storm combat veteran in his videos, Air Force personnel records show that during 91 Gulf War, he was stationed in Turkey in a support role. Okay, this is not. There are other ways to go about saying what they just said. That's not the way. Being in Turkey in a support role is 100% a qualifier for a Gulf War veteran. Okay? To be very clear here. This is extremely distasteful. We all know what they're trying to say, okay? But this is not how. I cannot believe I just read that. Wild. Air Force records lists his last role as a detail specialist, a catch-all duty assignment for menial jobs such as apprentice cook or meat cutter. It is unclear what Bauer's duties entailed. The home in Blackfoot, Idaho of Louis Bauer, Combat Craig. Is he a Clemson? Is he a Clemson fan? Is that a Clemson flag? Combat Craig's home. While he qualified as a Gulf War veteran because he was based in Turkey, the Post found no evidence that Bauer served in combat in Iraq or Kuwait, where the war unfolded. Did he say, was that the claim he made? No, it's not. The Washington Post is almost putting words in the mouth of someone who's dead. How crazy is that? His sister, Brandy Anderson, confirmed in an interview that he remained in Turkey during the war. By his own admission, Bauer often got into trouble by reporting late for guard duty, failing inspection, and talking smack to superiors. My attitude was F you, he said in a video posted 4 years ago. When he was drummed out of the Air Force in September 91, personnel records show he held the second lowest enlisted rank in the service. Yeah, so he probably got ninja. The Marine Corps calls it ninja punched, NJP'd, Article 15 for all you other folks. And that's my guess, okay? Soon after, he met a budding entrepreneur from Florida, Craig Miller, while taking a video editing course. In 2019, he and Miller launched the Combat Craig website. He was the combat. I'm the Craig. Miller, the company's owner, said in an interview. I have so many thoughts on this person here that I will keep to myself. And if you saw my earlier Combat Craig videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if I say anything here, it's just going to be bad. Miller said the company has helped many veterans petition for generous disability awards. We have had a lot of people who had not filed for compensation for years at 70, 80, 90%, he said. Okay. The thing I was looking at is this isn't in quotes. And so I'm questioning, did he say this or did he say this? like The same year the website launched, Bauer moved to Blackfoot, an eastern Idaho town that bills itself as the potato capital of the world. Divorced with no children, he bought a small modular home and plastered the exterior with whimsical R-rated signs about skateboarding, firearms, and military culture. Yep. To record his videos, he set up a studio in the basement, which he affectionately referred to as his bunker. From there, he produced and posted his videos every week and sometimes daily for the next 6 years. Then, on the night of August 11th, the Bingham County Sheriff's Office responded to an emergency call at his property, found him dead, so they do know that he's dead. At the bottom of the outdoor concrete steps leading down to his bunker, he was 57. I don't know, man. I'm going to say it was a little distasteful that they did know about this. And they said what they said. A woman at the scene told deputies that she and Bauer, whom she had met the previous day at a party, had smoked meth that night. According to an incident report obtained by the Post, the woman said she was using the bathroom when she heard a loud crash. Oh my gosh. Breaking news here. Detectives initially investigated Bauer's death as a possible homicide before concluding it was accidental. He had fallen down the stairs and fractured his neck. The coroner found no sounds of foul play, according to the incident report. The Combat Craig website posted a statement mourning Bauer's death. Louis was a pioneer who brought affordable VA disability claims and education to the masses of the world. Greedy VA claim sharks on one end and ineffective, sometimes clueless VSOs on the other. The statement read, with fierce determination, Louis navigated the maze of VA claims and services, offering not just guidance, but genuine empathy. In a sign of how cutthroat the disability claims industry has become, a rival influencer seized on Bauer's death to disparage the Combat Craig brand, which continues to post videos with footage of Bauer. Others hinted at the government cover-up. His fans lamented... Okay. We don't know he did meth. That's just what the lady said. And it wasn't mentioned in the autopsy of the coroner's report, I guess. Assuming they even did one. But veterans are conspiracy theorists. That's why that's there. His fans lamented his death and credited him for their coveted 100% disability ratings. I hope the government didn't take him out for all the help he was giving folks to battle them, one supporter posted on Facebook. Rest in peace, I got my 100% a week ago because of your videos and advice. Oh my goodness.